Okay, we are on a very important topic, and that is the topic of hope. Now, a friend of mine, he is the president of, there are probably a lot of these different societies, but it's a Kansas City-based society. Fortunately, he's a epidemiologist. They study disease. And one of his graduate students who saw how many, it's terrible to speak about, but how many suicides in young people, there are tremendous amounts of suicide. And basically, he does a lot of work with preventing suicide. And bottom line, it boils down to one thing: lack of hope. So hope, if you think about the range of human emotions and consider the different emotions we have. So, for example, we have love, we have fear, we have pride, we have shame, we have joy, we have sadness, and we have hope, and we have depression, which is loss of hope. So if depression is loss of hope, you understand why hope is the most important thing you can have. And hope is basically quite simple, that tomorrow will be better than today. And the way you have hope is by understanding that the future is bright. Now, there are different reasons you can have hope. You can have hope because, say, you're a young child and you think you're going to, get a university degree and you're going to get married and it's going to be beautiful. And you could have hope. And this is the one hope that can never be taken away. There were Jews marching. Listen to this. Imagine people knowing that they're going to be, God forbid, gassed to death. A horrific way to die. And they were singing, Anu Mamin, I believe with complete faith in the coming of the Mashiach. And even though he will tarry, I still carry on. Why is it? So many nations in the world. The Jews are not the only people that have suffered great tragedy. The Turks viciously did a Holocaust to the Armenian Christians. The American Indians, they went through their own suffering. We're talking about populations that have been kind of where there was genocide. The population was targeted. And yet somehow, 60 years after the Holocaust, now about 70, Israel is the 8th most powerful country in the world. You have countries that existed for thousands of years with millions and millions of people. Israel, tiny country, 8th most powerful country. Jews never look backwards. We always look forward. And the secret of Jewish survival is we believe in the coming of the Mashiach. We know that this world doesn't run on its own. This world runs because of God. And if something bad has happened, it is not the end of the world. It is a rectification for a better world tomorrow. That's the way the world works. Negativity, it's like if you go for an operation and your father is the doctor. He's not going to hurt you. He's doing it only to make things better. And so therefore it's critical to study about. There are many sources. Go to Chabad.org. Thousands of hours you can spend in the study. Study everything you can on Mashiach. I have an article, Mashiach Explained, under miscellaneous on my website. Study everything you can about the coming of the Mashiach, which is about to come. God told us that He'd kick us out of Israel. He did. Bring us back to Israel. He did. The majority of the world, I believe, celebrates this as a miracle. Believe in miracles. Because if you have hope, you will not have depression. So, once again, the most important thing in life is to have hope. And if you are the source of your hope, it's very easy when things don't work out, you become depressed because you lose hope. You were hoping in yourself, or you hope in someone else and then they let you down. You become depressed. Your hope is gone. But if God is the source, and there is a definite reality that the world is becoming exponentially better. Nobody could have imagined the world that we're in now. Here I am sitting, I can make a course on the great wisdom of Jewish mysticism, which this stuff had to be printed in books, and first it was written. By the time it gets to us, and here, boom, you can change your life instantaneously. We live in a world that things are going better and better all the time. That's physically and spiritually. We're exponentially getting better and better. They say the rate of the computer every 6 months, the cost. Now, just a simple calculator used to take a machine in a university. It was like a building, that machine. And now you get quicker and better data. Everything's getting better spiritually and physically at the same time. And they're coalescing. The spiritual is helping the physical, and the physical is helping the spiritual. We're living in the best of times. And we're going to discuss soon about one of the great depressors that we have to get rid of, which is the media. But the bottom line is, you've got to live with hope. That's why, going back to everything that I've said till now, is a build-up to this. Because you have to get your sleep. You have to get your exercise. We're going to speak later about financial, but you have to get your Torah study. You have to get your prayer in. You have to have meaning in life. All these things are necessary, because if you don't feed your soul, feed your body, if you're not feeling well, if you're not feeling safe, these will impact. But even then, you need to know that reality is not random. Nothing is random. You go to any scientist today, it's miracles upon miracles upon miracles. And this miracle is designed. God said the story literally 3,300 years ago, was written, and it's happening exactly as he said. Very soon we're going to be in Israel with Mashiach. It's going to be amazing. Keep hope alive.